Hi friends, welcome to Sindhu English. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம சேனல்ல PG TRB Education Unit 5 Learning and Teaching. So இந்த டாபிக் ரிலேட்டடா 100 questions தான் இப்போ நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம். Section 1 Learner, Learning Process and Learning Characteristics. First question. What is a key characteristics of learner that influences their ability to process? The answer is cognitive ability. Next question. Which of the following is not a factor contributing to learning? Which of the following is not a factor contributing to learning? The answer is political affiliation. Next question. Which biological factor directly impacts learners' ability to concentrate? The answer is brain development. A learner's motivation to learn is primarily associated with which factor? Psychological factor. How does socio-economic factors influence the learning? By affecting access to educational resources. Cultural factors in learning include beliefs, values, and traditions. What is the role of memory in the learning process? It stores and retrieves information. Forgetting is best described as the inability to recall previously learned information. The learning curve typically shows. The learning curve typically shows the rate of progress in acquiring skill. The plateau in the learning curve indicates. A plateau in the learning curve indicates a temporary halt in progress. A temporary halt in progress. Section 2. Learning paradigms. Which learning paradigm emphasizes observable behavior and reinforcement? Behaviorism. Cognitivism focuses on. Cognitivism focuses on mental process like thinking and memory. Constructivism suggests that learners construct knowledge through experiences. Humanism in learning emphasizes. Humanism in learning emphasizes personal growth and self-actualization. Connectivism is best suited for learning in. Connectivism is best suited for learning in digital and network environment. Digital and network environments. Which paradigm views learning as a process of connecting information nodes? Connectivism. Who is associated with behaviorism paradigm? Who is associated with behaviorism paradigm? B.F. Skinner. Which paradigm encourages learner autonomy and self-directed learning? Which paradigm encourages learner autonomy and self-directed learning? Humanism. In constructivism, the teacher's role is act as a facilitator of learning. Connectivism emphasizes the importance of social and technological networks. Section 3, Theories of Learning. Thorndike's trial and error theory is based on learning through repeated attempts and feedbacks. Classical conditioning was developed by Ivan Pavlov. In Pavlov's classical conditioning, the unconditioned stimulus triggers a natural response. Operant conditioning developed by Skinner emphasizes reinforcement and punishment. Wolfgang Kogler's insight theory focuses on sudden understanding of a problem. The Gestalt theory emphasizes understanding the whole rather than parts. Transfer of learning refers to applying knowledge to new situations. Positive transfer of learning occurs when prior learning aids the new learning. Which theory explains learning through observation and imitation? Social learning theory. Negative transfer of learning is best described as prior learning interfering with new learning. Next, section 4, language and psycholinguistics. The significance of language in learning is that it facilitates understanding of concepts. Psycholinguistics studies the relationship between language and cognitive process. Language helps the learners to understand and communicate the complex ideas. In psycholinguistics, language acquisition is influenced by cognitive and environmental factors. Which of the following is a key aspect of psycholinguistics? Which of the following is a key aspect of psycholinguistics? Study of language comprehension. Language in the curriculum helps in structuring and conveying knowledge. Which factor enhances the language-based learning? Socio-cultural context. In psycholinguistics, what does comprehension refer to? Understanding the spoken or written language. Language in education primarily serve as a tool for communication and understanding. Effective use of language in teaching enhances cognitive and emotional engagement. Next, section 5, types of learning and micro teaching. Which of the following is a type of learning? Motor skill learning. Micro teaching focuses on practicing specific teaching skills. A key component of micro teaching is feedback and reflection. Which skill is practiced in micro teaching? Questioning. Micro teaching sessions are typically short and focused. Cognitive learning involves acquiring knowledge and understanding. Affective learning focuses on emotions, attitudes and values. The purpose of micro teaching is to improve the specific teaching techniques. Psychomotor learning is associated with physical and motor skills. Micro teaching is most effective for novice teachers. Next, section 6, lesson planning and learning styles. Lesson planning is essential for ensuring the structured teaching. Which is a key component of a lesson plan? Learning objectives. Visual learners prefer to learn through charts, diagrams and images. Auditory learners learn best through Auditory learners learn best through listening and verbal instructions. Listening and verbal instructions. Kinesthetic learners prefers. Kinesthetic learner prefers hands-on activities and movement. The reading, writing, learning style involves. The reading, writing, learning style involves the text-based input and output. Effective lessons planning considers. Effective lesson planning considers diverse learning styles. A lesson plan should include clear objectives and assessment methods. Which learning style benefits most from group discussions? Which learning style benefits most from the group discussions? The answer is auditory. Lesson planning helps the teachers to. Lesson planning helps the teachers to organize and deliver content effectively. Section 7. Teaching styles and approaches. An autocratic teaching style is characterized by the teacher control and authority. A permissive teaching style allows. High student autonomy. A teacher-centered approach focuses on teacher delivering content. A student-centered approach emphasizes student engagement and autonomy. A hybrid teaching approach combines. Teacher and student-centered methods. Outcome-based education OBE focuses on. Achieving specific learning outcomes. In OBE, the curriculum is designed based on. Desired student competence. A permissive teaching style may lead to lack of structure. The teacher-centered approach is best for delivering structured content. A hybrid approach is effective because it balances structure and flexibility. Section 8. Methods of teaching. The inductive method of teaching involves generalizing from specific examples. The deductive method begins with general principles. The heuristic method encourages discovery and problem solving. The project method of teaching focuses on hands-on, student-driven projects. The analytic method involves breaking down concepts into parts. Which method is most student-centered? Heuristic. The project method is effective for developing critical thinking. The deductive method is best for teaching. Mathematical rules. The heuristic method promotes an active discovery. The analytic method is useful for understanding complex concepts. Section 9, models of teaching. The concept attainment model focuses on identifying and categorizing concepts. The advanced organizers model provides a framework for new information. The inquiry training model encourages student questioning and exploration. The concept attainment model is best for teaching. Abstract ideas and categories. Advanced organizers are used to provide a structure for learning. The inquiry training model of effective for the inquiry training model is effective for developing critical thinking. Which model emphasizes students driven exploration? Inquiry training. Advanced organizers are most useful for introducing new topics. The concept attainment model helps students. Understand and differentiate the concepts. Understand and differentiate the concepts. The inquiry training model promotes. The inquiry training model promotes active questioning and discovery. Active questioning and discovery. Next session, teacher attributes, autonomy and accountability. The key teacher attribute for effective teaching is a key teacher attribute for effective teaching is empathy and communication skills. Teacher autonomy refers to freedom to make instructional decisions. Teacher accountability involves responsibility for student learning. An effective teacher demonstrates adaptability and knowledge. Teacher autonomy enhances creative and flexible instruction. Accountability in teaching ensures high quality education delivery. Which attribute is essential for building student trust? Building the students' trust? Empathy. The teacher autonomy allows the teachers to tailor lessons to the students' needs. Next, effective teachers are accountable for students' learning outcomes. And the final question, a teacher's ability to reflect on their practice enhances. Professional growth. A teacher's ability to reflect on their practice enhances professional growth. Okay friends, I hope that this video will be useful to you. So, நம்மளோட channel first time பார்க்குறீங்க அப்படின்னா மறக்காம subscribe பண்ணிக்கோங்க friends. Thank you all.